Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Inflation has been hitting people hard for the last 2 years. Originally, we were told that this was going to be transitory, and we later found out it really wasn't. Something else that people originally think is going to be transitory, and it turns out it's not, is actually lifestyle inflation. So let's get into it. For those of you that don't know, lifestyle inflation is when someone seems to consistently adjust their lifestyle and spending because they make a little bit more money. Let me give you an example. So let's give this person a name and we'll name them Sam. And let's say Sam is making $60,000 a year out of college, and we'll also say that that's $5,000 a month, even though we know that's not true because of taxes. Sam spends about $2,000 on housing, $500 on food, $200 on a car, and then $300 on utilities. That means that they're spending about $3,000 a month on expenses and can save about $2,000. 2 years later, Sam finds out that he's actually going to be getting a pay raise, and he's now making $72,000 a year, which is great. Sam now has $6,000 a month of income. To celebrate, Sam goes and he gets a new apartment and is spending $3,000 a month on housing. And he also decides that he wants to get a new car, so he's going to be spending about $1,000 a month on his car payment. He now is spending about $4,800 on expenses. And you might be thinking, well, Sam can afford that. He's making good money. But unfortunately, his saving has now gone down to just $1,200 per month. This is a prime example of lifestyle inflation. As you make more money, you go and spend it on bigger and better things. Now, yes, you might be getting something that's of higher quality or better for you, but actually you're cutting yourself short because you're leaving yourself with less money to save and invest for the future. Let's take a quick example from Sam. He originally had $60,000 that he was making a year, and then he got a raise and made $72,000. He could have gone from $2,000 of saving and investing to $3,000 just from one simple thing, but instead he decided to get a new apartment, which is something he's not building any equity in, and he's just paying for the experience or lifestyle. And then he also decided to get a new car, which cost him more money, and it's a depreciating asset, so it's really not helping him in the long run. Let's say that instead of Sam buying these experiences or depreciating assets, he actually takes $500 of this new $1,000 that he got and puts it into the S&P 500, where he's going to get a 10% return over the next 30 years. How much money do you think he's going to have? Well, he's actually going to have over $1 million. And this isn't even in his retirement account. This is actually just in a brokerage account. Now, yes, this is taxable, so that's not wonderful, but at the same time, he's going to be getting a crazy good return on this investment because he's simply going to put time into the market. And as I said in my previous video, time in the market beats timing the market every single time. So we want to get him into the market nice and early. Putting his money into the S&P 500, just this little bit, $500 a month on his large salary, is going to make a world of difference in his life and for his future. This is just one of many examples of things that you can be looking at when you're trying to adjust your budget. I'm not saying that inflation hasn't been hard over the last couple of years. It's been really tough. But something that people can and should be focusing on is their lifestyle inflation that they've been causing on themselves. I'm not saying that you should not be spending money or increasing your lifestyle as you make more money. There is an incremental growth to that. But people have really been maxing this out to the very limit and have been spending all of their money that they can each and every month. They're not prepared for an incidental charge of $100 or even $1,000. This really hurts them in the long run and actually makes it harder on their life if something unexpected would be to come up. So just think about this when you're doing your budgeting, when you're making those decisions on making a monthly recurring payment. Does this make sense for you? Should you be doing this, and just because your life has gotten a little bit better and you've gotten a 5 or maybe even a 10% raise, should you be increasing your lifestyle? That's the real question you want to ask. Should I be increasing my lifestyle simply because of this small raise? One thing I do want to say is that holding back from that very top lifestyle that you can barely afford to have is a good idea. And this is simply why. If you have to go to your wife or kids or your family and say to them, hey, we actually need to cut back on our lifestyle. We cannot afford this anymore. We have to cut back on all the things we're used to and have really enjoyed. That's going to be a really tough pill to swallow. That's going to be hard to talk to them about. And finally, that's going to be hard to do. So think about that. It's always easier to go up. It's really hard to go back down. Take that into consideration when you're making your budgets or trying to change your lifestyle. And lastly, with all of this, I do want to say that it is important to treat yourself and that you shouldn't deprive yourself of every activity and something that you really want all the time. It just doesn't make sense. You're going to constantly be wanting something and you're never going to be financially happy. So take that into consideration. There are points where it's good to tell yourself no, but sometimes you do need to tell yourself yes. Have a healthy and happy balance of financial wants and needs and also saving and investing. If you can find that happy medium, your life will be more fulfilling and you'll be happier. Please let me know in the comments below if you think lifestyle inflation has been affecting you and your family or your community. Let me know what you think about it in the world around us and if you think it's causing a lot of pain and a lot of problems for many families. If you want to be a loser like me and you want to learn how to save and invest for your future, check out this video right here about the S&P 500 and consider doing what it says. If you like this type of content, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one.